What's up, everybody? Showtime as Blaze again with Critiques, and we're here for, well, simply put, Baseball Gyaru, because I don't know if the whole title would fit on the YouTube thing, so it'd look good, so I just didn't do that. But after a wake up of high annoyances, because, well, that's how my life works, and things have to be annoying the minute I wake up. But I'm not going to delve into all that because it's just way too complicated and honestly kind of a pain in the ass. So instead, we're going to go over that this is a at least 3-story episode kind of series, at least for the time being. Might go down into just a consistent story around episode 6 or 7, like some anime like this tend to do. But we have the new Gyaru of the season, who not only is the new Gyaru of the season, aha, on a side, but she's also the first time we've had Gyaru that we can genuinely, without even a little bit of moral discrepancy, call hot, because she's an adult. But yeah, you have your working Gyaru and your salary man, and they're having their thing, so that's the rom-com points of the series. And honestly, episode 1 was really funny. And they even took one of the stories not to specifically focus on those two, which anime like that we definitely appreciate. So that being said, if you like the last episode, stick around with me, have conversations about this one, or at least let the whole video run through, let me get the watch time, because that would be highly appreciated, as would be hitting the like button and subscribing, because these things do mean the world to me for the thing I worked on half my life so far. That being said, we have an intro already, so that intro we need to be the faithful of, because we're expecting it, listening to it once. And the beginning of the episode takes place now. Oh god, of course there's the raging bitch character when it comes to baseball. Bitch, you work at the baseball stadium and you don't... Okay. No, but honestly, that's kind of a real statement, especially nowadays. She might be an adult, but she's still pretty young, probably even canonically younger than me, because I'm not young. I'm old, theoretically. When it comes to the Japanese, I would be considered an old man. But, still, what kind of young person reads a paper on the train? All the things in that sentence is kind of unrealistic, but also funny considering. Also, I don't think I'd ever bang my head against a train window in public anymore. When I was a kid, that was different, but I have a bunch of things wrong with me, and we're gonna have... not my knee again, why? We're gonna have the autism be the minimal of that. Is she the new announcer that's gonna be at the stadium? Because that'd be kind of ironic if that's how that worked out. Going to work at a job you just hate. She actually put on a jersey after all that bitching. Well, I guess when you're there to support one specific person because you found some weird interest, which hopefully we get a little bit of elaboration on at some point, because the way she was talking, it's like, man, fuck these people. I'm going here to do a job. But she ain't there to do a job, she's there to watch. So, is she really just there to pay attention to one person? Because that's... granted, that's simp behavior, but, I think calling her a young woman is probably a compliment to her, because realistically, she's, actual age, probably actually older than me, but also not to the point of being an actual old person, because she is pretty, Oh, hey. We're actually getting elaboration. Okay, so it's not just a simple crush. She's actually married to him. That does make sense that she's supporting her husband. But, in the case of sports, aren't, most spouses allowed to just hang out and back and watch if they want? Or am I just thinking of more close combat sports in those cases? Oh, and she's in disguise, so he doesn't, recognize her and get distracted. I literally... My point. Why do they keep playing that old-timer? He's 35. This is why I've been conditioned to think I'm an old man, for the record. Once you hit the point of 30, it's all down fucking hill. Damn. That also probably says that I'm right of the wife being older than me in actual numbers. Damn, and she lost her disguise just because she got pissed off. Yeah, she honestly seemed like that type of character. Just as a person, not even as a character, but as a person. She seemed like the type who'd be like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Damn, she's gonna go whoop some ass. The fucked up thing is, he's an actual old man, so she could probably do some damage. All the people looking at her, causing a commotion, and it's like, ma'am, I'm just here to serve beer. Okay, you gotta appreciate how she at least, like, picked up on something she read just to deal it back, to try and give some sort of assistance, instead of just pulling the, I'm just here to work, ma'am. Because a lot of people would have just done that. Customers! She literally picked up the information from him, not even the newspaper. You know, that does say a lot, though. It'd be funnier if he doesn't even know what that means. I helped an old woman not have to beat up on old men. I guess that's a fun story. I say old woman when, again, she's probably only 36 or 34 or something around the player's age. But regardless. Little comics for the sports paper. No, actually, that's kind of adorable, though. Hey, there's nothing wrong with reading the comic strips. Like, that was a good joke. I feel like that's pretty standard nowadays, which is why it just has generally turned into an ick. Which, can we change that culture? Because, like, for somebody that doesn't just go out in public to casually, you know, just do things because the confidence is an all-time low, that's really one of the better options. See, like, here's the thing. They're showing their ages, and she's the oldest one of them, and, like, she do not look a day older than any of them. Honestly, she got it up here for sure. Okay, so I'm not wrong. Like, when they showed the first girl in the changing room at 17, I was like, oh shit, is she actually not an adult? But, yeah, she totally. Actually, kind of surprising that Ruriko doesn't get guest hitting on her, because, like, she's at minimum as attractive as the rest of them, so, like, but then again, over the years, I've kind of also developed a thing for Gyaru, weirdly enough, so. Yeah, and she's like, no one hit on me. Wait, actually, technically, that's the statement she remembers from him, not the part where he actively called her cute. Sure, man. She probably doesn't even use it. Let me just start up an account. What did I just say? It is a little strange for a young woman like that to not have any clue how to use social media, but, like, honestly, that's probably for the best. Like, high key, if I could meet somebody like that in public, I'd take my shot. Because not having social media means not well acquainted with the large, mega, ultra long list of icks that women have nowadays, so that's beneficial in and of itself. The double standard of that. Also, is it really being a sleazeball to just hit on somebody? Because, like, well, okay, I guess there's really, like, a way to tell a difference. Because, like, someone who's, like, 8 beers deep hitting on somebody a half their age, yeah, okay, that's considered a sleazeball. But, like, somebody who's around their age, who's hitting on them, that's just, like, is that really a bad thing? Like, is being hit on really a bad thing? I think that's where we've kind of involved, you know, a bad mindset about society. Is like when somebody hits on you, it's considered a bad thing. When really being complimented, at minimum, should be a good thing. Like, being hit on the wrong way, yeah, okay, that I could see. Like I said, guy 8 beers deep who sees them walking past and just, you know, plays some grab ass and goes, hey, can I get another beer? That is considered being a sleazeball. But, like, just, you know, getting your concessions from the person and be like, by the way, you're really cute, that's not so bad. Then again, I, you know, have opened many a conversation on dating apps and shit with, hey, you're pretty cute, etc., etc., and hear absolutely nothing back. So, we need to change society and how it works in that regard. Just saying. Because old people like me, quote unquote old, are going to get older and never have a chance with jack shit. Smile. But this is about sports, not dating, so. Meanwhile, she was specifically making Insta so the other guy can follow her if he has one. And then he probably doesn't have one either and needs to figure it out. But again, that's one of those situations you, like, want to be in. Because then you both discover that you never really had an account before that day, and it's like, huh, See, these guys, yeah, okay, sleazeballs by that statement. Because they're probably like at least 35. Well, could be older, but at minimum 35. So, like, alright, yeah, off that immediate, I'll go with, yeah, alright, it can be sleazeballs. But also, I will give a small bit of defense of, well, I would never openly say something to any sort of person I see in a workplace in that regard because, well, I don't really have these things called balls. Uh, I will admittedly be in a restaurant and check the girls out because there's nothing wrong with looking, just don't touch or say anything fucked up. And people might argue there is a problem with looking, but listen, that's a double standard because you can't tell me that girls don't look at immediately good looking guys. That is exactly what they meant by triple sleazeballs. I thought they meant like a standard of sleazeball, but not just 3 assholes. Okay, no, that third one is definitely fucked up. Like, you can call someone attractive, you can, like, try and say your shit and shoot your shot, but, like, that last one is definitely fucked up and would get him kicked out if she would, like, say something to somebody. Because you can't just openly record people like that. Like, I know people are more attentive to recording shit in public, regardless of what's going on, but that's not one of those things you can do, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, like, even if she was gonna give out her number or something, it wouldn't be to you, dude. Also, no, man, like, did they literally just try to embody cringe and creep that hard? Because, damn. That's just a weird question. I do appreciate how she's being so, like, reflective with all this. It's like, oh. Gotta love all their faces on that one thing being mentioned. It's like, well, that helps nothing. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those. They all look so dejected after all of their hard attempts at shit, too. And it's like, good. That's how they should feel after all that. Especially the fucking guy in purple up there being a bigger creep than the rest of them. She's just gonna be open and honest about it. I don't know how to make one. Shut up. I like how that's how she relegates to it. It's like, if you help me figure it out, sure, I'll let you follow me. And the customers up there are just like, now she's listening to them? Okay, no, how can she be that dejected from how technology works, though? Like, she's hot and 20 years old. I'm pretty sure, like, 99 to 100% of humans, not even just women, understand how that shit works when they're 20 through 30-ish years old. Like, goddamn. Of course he posted it. For the record, that in of itself should get them kicked out of the stadium forever, that he actively recorded her without permission. But, again, Asia rules with that might be different than here. Because while people always, like I said, record wherever the fuck they feel like, I'm pretty sure it is also illegal to record a singular person without their permission. So, like, that can be reported to social media, too, and get them kicked off from that. Oops. And now she is happy. We're even getting Yuri in this? Or did she just mean that she fell in love with the idea of being a vendor girl? Because the way she put it sounded like the other thing. I'm just saying, I fell in love with, beer vendor girls. Like, that sounded more like she fell in love with the women themselves, and not so much the idea of the job. So instead of becoming a beer vendor, you became part of the other half of the staff. Hey, yo, that's a little lewd, just saying. Switching between doing her job and sorrow. Understandable, though. I suppose that's the interesting part about being able to mix in a little bit of sorrow in the job. Granted, doing that is probably annoying for whoever does watch my videos, but hey, you know what? Being more open about one's personality is probably the better part of doing things like this, because, yeah, sure, fucking hide your true feelings, be a creator, be not yourself. But how is it good to keep an audience if you're not yourself? I'm just saying. Is it the old man next? I know it's the little girl next. Hey, yo, but like... That's a pretty good looking bucketed fried chicken, I'm just saying. Just hiding her true feelings. Like, I don't want to be here. I want to be out there. I want to show off these legs. Okay, well, that's not where I thought he was going with the contract negotiation thing, but... I mean, fuck, if you want to pay me more, why not? Like, a full $1 an hour? That's actually pretty good. The backwards way that's put out there. I got a raise, but I'm falling deeper into the pit of despair because more raises means less chance I'll get to switch jobs. It's funny, he's so proud of thinking he was doing good giving her a raise, and she's so upset at it. Oh, good. A second person might actually like the average business guy main character. And he's pretty much the main male, because, I mean, he met Ruriko, and that kind of automatically makes him the main male. Because he's also been referenced when he's not even the highlight of the part of the episode. Hey, yo. But, like, realistically, to an extent, that also needs to be a thing more often. Taking a simple compliment that far to heart, and, like, finding an average-looking guy as some kind of Prince Charming. He's gonna put her into something completely unrelated. This motherfucker! Good for her for finding new life in that. I will say, I still do appreciate the art style they used for the outro. And, like, speaking of Gyaru's, I hope they go back to using a similar art style for the outro to Dress Up Darling, because I did like the Scott Pilgrim style outro they used for the first season. Honestly, though, this is a fun little comedy just to watch every so often. I'm still not sure if I'm going to try to record the rest of what I gotta record before doing the other stuff, including streaming today or what, but I'll figure that out in the next few minutes while this one's rendering. Or not, I don't know. We'll see. But what I will do is I'll go over how the episode had went in my opinion. And, like, on the one end, the wife of the one player, I mean, hey, she's pretty, despite, you know, having kind of a Karen vibe to her. And, you know, good for her for figuring out what worked. Because high key, maybe when she was sitting in the VIP seat, she was a distraction. And that's why she went somewhere else and also put on a disguise. And that worked out. So, you know, why not? But the thing about the three old guys, you know, pissing Ruriko off, that is, like I said, when conversing about that whole subject. Honestly, the biggest part is, regardless on if it, you know, made her viral, you still shouldn't record an individual without permission. Because, I mean, that could end up both with you and or them in hot water. Like, doing crazy shit that people do nowadays and they see something fucked up going on and they start recording and start calling the cops, that's one thing. You should be calling the cops first before you start recording for evidence, but still, that's one thing, recording in possibly illegal situation going on. Because at least then you're doing it for the sake of evidence, usually their own amusement because people are assholes, but it can help for evidence. But recording an individual just doing the job, that's fucked up and could get you not only beat on, but thrown out of somewhere if the person you're recording mentions it. Matter of factly, when the boss saw the viral video, they should have been like, well, these guys aren't allowed back anymore. Just saying. And that third part, yeah, I just kind of feel bad for her because she can't do what she wants and, you know, have pretty flowers in her hair and show off her legs and, you know, have the part of the job that's like that. But at least people are thankful to her. However, based on the one interaction with our main character, Salaryman, now I kind of want to see some sort of funny interaction between her and Ruriko involving that. But we're only at episode 2, so honestly that might end up happening eventually. Now, let me know all your thoughts about this series so far with the past couple episodes and several stories that took place in the comment section down below, as well as usual recommendations about anything else I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, Subscribe to the review. Fuck, this is the review channel. How do I always do that? Gaming channel in the description down below, where I have the... Oh, fuck, right. I'll have the summons for Castris going up. So that's also probably a thing I should work on. So I guess I won't record the other things because I gotta render that. And finite details. Ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky. Keep updated to things. TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visuals and audio of the stuff I upload here. Go follow on Twitch, subscribe there for benefits. Can do so at Twitch Prime for free. We'll be double streaming the Star Rail story today, so subscribe to the gaming YouTube channel for that. Go follow on Twitch for that. Either way, it's highly appreciated. As would be, subscriber for benefits. You can do so at Twitch Prime for free over there. But if you subscribe to the red platform, that helps me out more for the longer term. For the longer term, I've been here. Check out the playlist here. Either let it run, watch stuff, have conversations, all that good shit. Either way, highly appreciated. Check out the video here. It's either what YouTube recommends to you, or the bigger version if you're watching the cut-up video. And that being said, it's been the Blaze King with King's Critiques. Now, ta-ta for now. Peace.